It's Friday, July 19th, 2024, and I'm going to go around and show you my forms here at my personal house and show you where I've always wanted to put sidewalks. So right here, this is the first sidewalk I'm putting in. This is the driveway. I can't do the driveway this year, but I'm going to do this sidewalk so that when we come out of the garage, we can walk through. And also, if you notice up there, the water's always dripping off the roof because I don't have the rain gutters up yet. I do have the downspout drains in, which is awesome. And so now I can put my downspouts in, and then when I put that 6-inch rain gutter up, that's going to give me a 3'6" overhang. No, I'm sorry, a 2'6" overhang up there. And the sidewalk's 3 foot, so it's not going to splash all the dirt up against the house like you see right here. Okay, so I do the wood stakes because then I can cut them flush, and then when I'm screeding, I don't have to move my screed board around the stakes. And maybe some of you are looking at this and saying, well, why did you drill rebar into the house? Well, it's kind of a mixed opinion here in Colorado. I have a buddy, and he told me he does concrete. That's what he does for a living. He said, drill the rebars in so that it doesn't shrink away from your house or whatever. And I like that idea, because in my sunroom, I didn't drill the rebars into the foundation, and like when the ground compacted or whatever, like the slabs started falling away. So I'm gonna try it this way. Maybe I'll regret that, but I'm gonna try it like this. So let me know what you would do. I'm over here in Colorado. Maybe the soil is expansive. Maybe that's why they say you're not supposed to put rebars. I don't know. I always like when I go around and I see the rebars into the foundation. So that's what I did here. And the sill, that's nothing. We just pretend like that's not there. You see, I don't know if you can see, but I have 2 lines. The first line, I miscalculated my slope, so just so there's no errors when I go to pour my concrete in, and it doesn't get screeded up the wrong line. That's why I put that pink foam in there, because and I got it glued to the house. That tape right there is just until the glue dries, so that foam is not going to move. And that way when I'm screeding across my concrete, if the line gets buried, like when somebody dumps a wheelbarrow full against the house and then they bury the line, I don't have to stress out that I can't find the line anymore, because that foam will still show through. Okay, so then we come over here, and I've always had this little pad. I've always wanted the sidewalk, and I don't know, I'm not really happy about how steep this slope is, but I cannot put a stair there because the plan is I want wheelchair access from the road. Okay, so the ramp's a little bit steeper than I want, but I can't really, I'm limited to I can't really go out farther this way, because that's right on the patio is right on my property line. Okay, so I think it'll be okay. I mean, I'll just have to put a really aggressive broom finish on it right there, and that's what it's going to be. And then you've seen me in my other videos where I put the yard drains in. These are not cut to the elevation yet, but I'm going to cut them to the elevation just a little bit below the form, and then I'll kind of dig a little channel in there with my screed board. Okay, and so this is all going to be patio. Got my 1/8 inch per foot slope on that, and then I follow that, follow, and I'm level. My form board's level all the way to right here. But then if I keep the form board level, then it crawls up too much where that grade is. So again, I'm not going to put a step in it. So this is where I'm going to say I broke the plane. Okay, and then the metal things you see, those are called, what are they called? Cold keys or something. Anyway, the idea is I'm not going to see, look at all that concrete. I'm not going to pour all that in one day, because especially how hot it is in July, and I don't have enough people to help me finish it. I have one good finisher and then the other two are laborers. So I'd rather just pour it in sections. So I can pour up to that point and then come back the next day and pour the rest in. And then over here you see I'm doing the sidewalk right there because when I did the construction, I broke the sidewalk, which it didn't concern me because if you can look at the way the sidewalk is right now, the existing sidewalk, you could see it's all just broken garbage anyway. And I know it's garbage because when I tore it out, there was spaces that was only 1 inch thick and there were spaces that's 4 inch thick. So my neighbor here did not want me to redo this sidewalk, so I'm not going to. But my other neighbor said, yeah, if you want to redo the sidewalk, I don't care. I told her, look, I said, look, I'm not going to charge you, just because I shovel her sidewalk in the winter time, and it's just always super depressing when I'm shoveling and then my snow shovel hits the uneven sidewalk and I can't shovel anymore. So I'm going to redo her sidewalk up to right here because that's just a good point. Okay, so what I have to do, I can't form this sidewalk up yet because then how am I going to get my truck in there? The neighbor, she said I could drive in on her lawn, so that's really awesome. And I'm just going to kind of walk back so you can see the scope of the project here and see how big it's going to be. So this is my addition, and it's just always been growing weeds out there. And I don't like mowing the lawn, but you can see that's really going to give me some nice curb appeal once I get the sidewalks poured in there. The plan is to pour next Thursday. We'll do one section next Thursday and then probably 2 more pours sometime after that. And what else was I going to point out on here? I don't know. I mean, my forms are really straight. Like I put them on a string line. You can see that one. That's super straight. And this one here is super straight. I mean, straight enough, you know. Once I tear this form off, then I will build the sidewalk over on this side. Okay. And so there you have it. Hopefully when we pour it in, all goes well and it turns out just like I want it. I think I'm going to be happy with it because I've lived just years and years and years just stressing out like, how am I going to fix this stupid yard? Because before the grade was like, it was sloping in towards my house. Now I have it where it's just barely sloping away from my house. I'm going to have to put, I don't know if you can see the blue line right there. That's where the concrete's going. I'm still working on putting I'm going to put that pink joint right there, because then I'll put a caulk joint there. And that's going to fix my problem of the water going down into the basement. It's not like flooding or anything, you know, but when we get these big heavy rainstorms, then you see water on the floor, and I don't like that. So I think this is going to be my fix. I think it's going to be my $4,000 fix, or it'll be more than $4,000 by the time this is all said and done. But sometimes you just have to go big. Just go big or go home. So that's what I'm doing. Been wanting to do this for years and years. So stay tuned, and then I don't know what this filming schedule is going to be like, but maybe I can get somebody to film this when we pour it. I'm not really doing slab tutorials because there's so much better content out there. You have Mike Day Concrete in New England that I follow. You have Odell Complete Concrete out of California that I follow. So anything that I could say, it's already been said way better by them. And so tune into those channels if you want tutorials. This is just kind of more of a portfolio of my work here in Colorado. and kind of like a video blog, so I could see how the house is coming after all the years. So for all of you that have been watching over the years, thank you. Stay tuned, and I hope my endeavors inspire you, and you can do the same thing on your house, because there's not many opportunities for people to become homeowners anymore. Everybody's becoming priced out of that. So if you're in a house, consider yourself lucky, even if you have to spend the rest of your life fixing it up like I do. Okay, bye.